Hey, I'm Scott.
Oh, hey, I'm Jackson.
Nice. Yeah, I'm Brittany's husband.
Cool, cool. I'm Michaela's husband.
So,
Yeah. And I travel back
down that road,
when you come back.
no one knows.
And now I realize, yeah, it was
Only just a dream. There's a different key there, but that's okay.
I was in the back and now it's like I'm in the basement. Number one spot, now she found a replacement.
Dang, you really loved that song at one point. I can tell.
I tell you something.
You probably also really loved this song. I'm gonna have to think of the name of it, but go ahead. What were you gonna say?
We've started. If you don't start from me singing the beginning of that, then we're not gonna.
No, we will. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we had a thing.
No,
going
my
on.
buddy Max and I, for some reason, loved that song. And when I would pick him up for school, I had a Jeep, full convertible, and we'd blast it, and we made up really dumb choreography for it as we were driving. Yeah,
That's so cute.
yeah. I had no shame, just any shame at all in high school. I had so much unearned confidence. I would just do things, just do them. People were like, hey, you should do this. That'd be funny. Be like, okay, and then I would do it, and then just be like,
You
okay,
convinced me.
Yeah, no, you fought real hard on that one. Anyway, welcome to Your Friends' Husbands. I'm Jackson.
Hey, I'm Scott.
We have wives that know each other. Hey,
And they're best friends.
so we're gonna talk about fall things, real quick.
Okay.
Pumpkin spice. Yay or nay?
I'm a little on the fence, but mostly nay.
Oof.
I don't love pumpkin spice or pumpkin flavored things. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. A lot of people just are disappointed in me when they hear that.
I'm more sitting here realizing just the more I get to know Scott for friends at home.
The less he likes me.
No. The more I get to know Scott, the more similar him and my wife are. And the more I get to know Brittany, the
Yeah.
more similar I find out her and I are. And it's funny because we have other mutual friends that are very similar to that too, Abby and Andrew. And she doesn't like pumpkin stuff very much. I think she likes like maybe one pumpkin thing.
Yeah.
I could drown in pumpkin spice.
Gosh.
I love it.
I don't see it.
My adoptive mother-in-law, weird story, weird connection. I can talk about that later. She made her daughter a pumpkin roll for her birthday and made me an extra one. And I have been slowly eating it since last Saturday, and it's delicious. I love pumpkin stuff. Pumpkin pie, just bury my face in it.
Wow.
Just
I mean, I used to like pumpkin pie when I was a kid.
what happened?
I actually used to really like it. I don't know. I just like taste buds changed. I don't know.
I mean,
The
that's
whole
fair.
like 7-year thing. You know how like 7 years passes and then you
like
get like
things?
new cells and stuff.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
I believe that's still scientifically correct, but
Chat,
it's
comment
like
below.
you get like a new set of like cells in your body every 7 years, and so like you can develop. That's how you can like randomly develop allergies. That's how you can get rid of allergies. That's how your taste buds may change. So
The more you know. I had no idea. I used to not like guacamole when I was young.
now you do.
I wanted to throw it out the window. Now
Now you can drown in that too.
I'd almost drink it. Really,
Oh.
I love guac, especially with extra lime. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
You know what is not bad though that I'm a fan of are pumpkin squares with the cream cheese frosting on the top.
Yes.
Those are really good. That's not too aggressive with the pumpkin.
It's because the cream
flavor.
cheese on top really.
It helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
a
just
pumpkin
a
roll
great
is.
combination of the
So,
two.
have you had a pumpkin roll?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's like have you ever made homemade cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how you do it out, put the drizzle on, and then you roll it up.
Yeah.
Same thing, but you do like pumpkin squares, but you mash it out more. Then you do cream cheese frosting over the whole thing, and then you roll it up. But then you don't cut it and bake it.
Yeah.
It's already ready to go, and you just cut a slice off and eat it right up. I think
Wow.
you'd like it.
I
It's
probably
It's
would.
really not super pumpkin-y. And Viola, shout out to my adoptive mother-in-law. She puts a little bit of like lemon zest in the cream cheese.
Oh,
So it
interesting.
even kind of hides the pumpkin a little bit more, and you get a little zing.
I'd
right on there.
probably be a fan.
I'm gonna have her make me one again, and I'll just bring it over.
Okay.
And we'll just have a taste test
All
on
right.
the podcast.
Brilliant. We
All
can
right.
have some taste test ASMR.
No, those things, there's no clean and good way to eat them. I've tried a fork, I've tried a spoon, I've tried just like brownies.
Yeah.
It makes a crumbly mess every single time. Yeah. What are some fall treats that you're into?
Fall treats.
Yeah, like let me name some. I'll get there for you. So like apple pie. That's it, like baked apple pie
It's fine, I
with
guess.
some like not homemade, just like nice vanilla scoop on top.
I
It's
might
fine.
not be. You know what? I realized maybe I'm not a great representative of the fall season.
That's okay.
Um,
What's your favorite
with my
season?
fashion, I can be. I can dress in fall fashion,
Hey, real quick,
but
don't listen to this. I love a good sweater. Like I choose.
I love a good sweater
I know, here's the
vest.
thing. I live in the wrong state. I prefer pants
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
I love pants.
Yeah, pants are good.
Pants. I love sweaters. I love cardigans, long sleeve shirts. My build, for some reason, looks really good in long sleeve shirts. Michaela tells me all the time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know. I should have worn one and would have been
Yeah.
like, hey,
So you
call
can
me
show off.
wife.
Yeah.
Uh,
I am more. Yeah, I'm more into the fall and winter fashion. I think I'm
agree.
better at representing that. As far as snacks and food goes, I don't know if I'm a great person to ask about that
Okay.
because any type of pie, I'm a chocolate fan. So like any type of pie, chocolate would be my number one
So
go-to.
chocolate pie.
Yeah, like chocolate satin pie
Michaela
that you
makes
can like Marie Callender's.
killer chocolate pie.
Man.
I'm gonna have her make one,
Yeah,
and then we'll have a
please.
taste test
Please.
ASMR on the podcast.
Hey, does Michaela like gingerbread?
I need to ask her.
Okay.
That's not.
You should ask her
That's not a
that.
thing that I know.
Because I hate gingerbread.
I don't think she is it. Are
And
you
I
talking
feel like it's similar vibes to pumpkin
real
spice.
real quick. No, yeah, okay. I don't think she does. The only reason I say this is my sister-in-law makes these ginger snap cookies that are a little soft in the middle with like coarse sugar on top, and then she
Okay.
does it with peaches and whipped cream, and they're super good. So when I say when you said gingerbread, that's what popped into my head. But then I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
Like-
those nasty hard gingerbread
Yeah,
garbage
like
things.
gingerbread snaps or
Yeah,
like
no.
gingerbread house
No.
or whatever.
No, I like gingerbread snap cookies, and only if they're not hard. They have to be
Yeah.
a little soft in the middle. But I don't know. Maybe
Understandable.
I think she likes the snaps.
You
I
should
don't
ask
think she
her.
likes. I'll ask her. So you don't like. You're not a. I mean, you love chocolate pie,
Yeah.
and you also love ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So do you care if it's cold outside, or are you just an ice cream all the time?
No. I will eat ice cream regardless of the
Thank you.
temperature outside.
Thank you. We can stop the podcast.
Okay.
We've officially become.
Thank
best
you for
friends.
coming to this episode and listening in.
No, and that's I feel like my family is kind of weird with this. Like when we'd go to California every single year, during the summer, we'd go there to the beach, to hang out. And in California at night, when you're walking along the beach, us Arizonans need a sweatshirt
It's
because it's a little chilly.
It gets a little chillier.
It gets a little chilly.
A
at
cool
night.
breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'd be like, I really want some ice cream. And I was like a young teenager, and they're like, no, you don't want ice cream. And I'd go get some and be eating it, walking along the beach. And they're like, how are you eating that? It's so cold. I'm like, I don't know. It's delicious. Like I was cold. I thought about cold dessert. It is ice cream. I
Yeah.
can eat now.
No, let me tell you. When
you
me
tell
and
me.
me and my mom and dad
No,
in 2019, okay, we went
Pretty
on
recent.
a trip
Just
to
you four.
England.
can I ask a question?
Well, that'd be 3 because me and my parents.
Yeah, math is so hard for me.
But
Can I ask a question? I don't
Yeah.
know what year you guys got married. You and Britt.
what year?
Yeah.
We got married in 2021.
Okay. So had you met Britt yet? In
Uh,
2019?
At that point, no. But like a few months later is when I met her in
Man, I'm
2019.
so sad I didn't know
I
you
met
guys
her
yet.
July 2019.
I bet that party was just lit.
What
Your
party?
Your reception.
Oh, our
I
reception.
bet it was so
pretty
fun.
cool.
I'm so sad.
It
I
was
didn't know
a
you
little
yet.
bit less attended just because like people were still freaking out about COVID, so they didn't want to come
That's fair.
and get sick.
I mean,
for a few days.
It's fair that that's what you recognize. like I get what you're saying.
But I think that's It could have been more attended if it was like
I would've
not-
gone.
if that wasn't a thing.
I
You
would
know?
have 100%.
I know.
Here's the thing. I've been married since 2017. You got married
Wow.
4 calendar years after me, and I don't
Yeah.
get that. Probably because I have a sixth sense. I can tell when like relationships are strong. I can just see it, and then I can tell when they're not, and I can ask questions.
Mm.
And for you and Brittany, it's like, oh, they've been married for like 30 years. Like they're just down.
Just the way that we interact.
Yeah, you guys you're friends, and that's the biggest part. Is like you enjoy
Yeah.
being around each other. So okay, sorry, go on.
Okay.
England.
So we went to England, and then we also went on a train one day. We went over to Scotland and spent a couple days in Scotland.
I hate
and it was beautiful, and it was very chilly, but my dad and we wanted to try ice cream everywhere.
Of course.
Because it's actually really good over there. It's like very creamy and very tasty, very rich.
Not nearly as processed.
Yeah, and just like everywhere you go that has an ice cream stand, it's just like all quality ice cream. And so there was a day when we were on like a little tour in Scotland, where we took like a bus to different places, and we got out at one point in this little town, and we got ice cream, and it was like raining and cold, but we still just got our ice cream, and then we actually ended up just standing outside under like a small ledge, and it was just raining, and me and my dad were just eating ice cream
just in the dry.
And it was like 50 something degrees.
I love that. That makes
and then
me
we just
joyful.
hopped back in the bus and just kept
why
on
would
our
you
merry
not?
way. But like a normal person probably wouldn't.
No,
go
you're
for
right.
that. But it was delicious.
Here's my thoughts. For one, I hate you. I've always wanted to do a train tour through Europe. Michaela and I have decided, hopefully by our 10-year anniversary, we're going to go and do that.
You should.
By then, our kids will be old enough that leaving them with someone, they're going to be gone all day at school. And so it's not like we're burdening them with all-day children, which our children are intense.
They're lively.
I've always wanted to do that. And
Lively.
I want to eat ice cream everywhere I go, because I've heard that ice cream in different countries is the same and different. Like when we go to Japan, dude, I'm going to eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably going to get, is it mochi?
Duh.
Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's like the little frozen, like weird rubbery frozen
They're like,
balls
they're like ice, or
foam.
they're like rice balls with ice cream in them. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to try one
Those
of
are really good.
I want to try one of those in Japan. I really want to go to Japan. I think about it a lot, actually.
Now that we have a plan.
I told Michaela, I was like, hey, Scott and I are going to Japan. She's like, oh, when are we going? I said, no.
No.
I was like, no.
No, you misheard me.
Me and Scott, exactly. Me and Scott are going to Japan. And she's like, oh. I said, you don't have a desire to go to Japan? And she goes, I guess not now. I was like, oh, man, now I kind of feel bad.
Well, also, I kind of wanted to.
Sorry, homie. It's just me and Scott. We're going to go to Japan together.
Yeah.
When you were in England and Scotland, did you go to any other countries, or was it just those two?
It was just those two.
What was your favorite part about England?
It's gonna sound really nerdy of me, but it was when we went to. I don't think I've ever told you this before. It was when we went to the Warner Brothers Studios Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Why would that not be nerdy? And also,
And
we're back to Harry Potter. Yeah, for those of you doing the drinking game, see how long it takes us to talk about Harry Potter. We're there.
Yeah, we always circle back. But we went to like the studio where they filmed pretty much everything that wasn't like in a castle. But it was incredible. Just everything Harry Potter you can possibly imagine.
Speaking of Harry
Props
Potter
and everything.
That's a fall activity. Every fall we start watching them.
Yeah.
And I just watch them and I fall in love with them over and over again.
You fall in love with them.
Right now, I autumn in love with them over and over again. We're on number 4 right now. And fun fact.
Did you put your name in the
feet off the table. Hurry. Feet off the table. That's something Michaela and I say all the time. Fun fact about 4. It was a new director.
Yeah.
After the 3, right? After those ones. And all of the boys, the men, showed up with their long hair because they're told in between movies to grow it out so they can style it for the movie, not to do any major cuts or anything. And they show up and the director was like, yeah, it looks great. And that's why all their hair is so super long.
It really is. It is so long.
It's hilarious. The only one that doesn't is Malfoy. Malfoy's the only one that doesn't have this long hair. And then you have Lucius, who has just this magnificent mane.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
beautifully
a fun fact for you.
Done.
Yeah.
I mean, I think is it not a wig? His hair.
I don't know.
I think it's a wig.
It's a great wig.
I mean, yeah,
that's
it
a
is.
quality wig.
But I don't think he grew out his hair that long.
Can I tell you something that bothers me about that movie?
What?
I think about it way too much.
The fourth one?
Yeah, which I'm going to bring into our next topic.
Yeah.
Do you know how he has the snake head on the end of his wand that he keeps in his staff?
Mm-hmm.
And all he does is go and pull it out?
Yeah.
In the fourth movie, when they go to the Quidditch World Cup, and they're walking all the way up and they see the Malfoys, and Harry Potter is about to turn and walk away, and Lucius like reaches up and uses the fangs on him. It doesn't pull out. Like the wand doesn't come out, and it bothers me every time. I'm like, please explain some type of mechanism or a button he presses, because if he grabs him and holds him there and any sort of pressure, that wand would go and just go.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And now you're going to watch it and you're going to hate it, and it's going to bother you every single time. It's very bothersome.
There's a lot of thought into that. Maybe there's like somewhat of a resistance you have to get past in order.
I bet there's a little mechanism. He presses a button and it opens it, and that's all head.
A hypothetical mechanism.
Hypothetical. So I wanted to ask you something. It's not super fall related, except for the fact that it's how my brain works during these seasons, fall and winter. So real quick, I want to create a very safe place here.
Oh, wow.
For anyone listening.
We're going to get deep.
No, I usually in January, I get slapped in the face with seasonal depression almost every single time.
You get sad, huh?
I don't think it's
Arizona's
sad.
so sad.
I don't think it's sad. I think it's I'm so sick of the days being so short.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And I love the sun. That's why I live here. Like, yeah, it gets hot in the summer, but I'll go swim, whatever. But like I noticed today, it's 6:00 and it's dark outside.
Yeah.
And usually by January, I'm pretty done with this. So safe place here. Anyone that struggles with seasonal depression, feel free to reach out. I will gladly talk to you. I'll be your best friend. It doesn't matter. But the reason I'm bringing this up is during these times, there are certain things that I think about too much that keep me awake. That was one of those things. My brain just goes there and it latches onto it. I don't know how to figure it out.
Yeah.
The one that's really got just right around my brain is
right on your
There are no. Yes.
Just got a really good grip on
the corners.
On the
is how come there are so many birds and we never see dead birds?
I see dead birds.
When do you see dead? When's the last time
on the road?
When's the last time you saw a dead bird?
It's been a while, but
exactly. That's what I'm
you
talking
see
about.
them.
But there's so many birds.
Yeah,
they're everywhere. Where are the dead versions of them?
Well, maybe they just live longer usually. Like maybe the birds you're seeing have just been around for a long time.
What's the average lifespan of a pigeon?
I don't know.
Well, if only we had computers in our hands, we could Google that. Here's the thing. I think I thought about this the other day because there are birds everywhere, and yeah, I won't dip into it because I am convinced part of it that birds aren't real.
A pigeon?
You're googling it.
A swallow?
Here's the problem.
Carrying a
I think that there
coconut?
are some birds that are government drones. We're not going to get too deep into that. Not all of them. Not all of them. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. But I believe that they are genetically modified, so they're still birds, but they are able to do surveillance, and that's it.
Sir.
Nope, you can't prove it wrong. If you can prove it wrong, I'll believe you.
When have we ever proved it right?
I don't. That's what a conspiracy theory is, my man. There doesn't have to be proven right, but it kind of.
It's just imaginary.
Well, that's another thing that I stay up late at night with is I don't see a lot of dead birds. Maybe they just go back to their bases and they recharge after their day. Like I know
their nests.
I know that it's insane, but what's the average lifespan of a pigeon?
In the wild, we'll say this is the wild. All right, for a
pigeons
pigeon,
only live in cities. I thought
2 to 5 years, but can live up to 10 years.
Okay, so that's actually really comforting. Because I for some reason I thought it was only like 1 or 2 years.
This helped,
but still, there are so many birds.
Average pigeon lifespan.
I don't feel like I see enough
years.
Dead birds for it to be connected.
Okay, but also think about the circle of life. It doesn't mean that once a bird dies, it doesn't mean that they're going to.
The body's just there forever.
Yeah. Like it doesn't mean a coyote comes by and picks it up. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean an owl swoops down or or a bigger bird to finish it off, you know?
Yeah. No, so the circle of life is a big play there.
Circle of life.
And it moves
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of
my,
musical numbers tonight.
my choir sang that in high school. I got to do the part in it.
What a blessing.
Yeah,
that
well,
is.
I am the only one that can click really loud.
What a privilege.
Ready? It's going to be really loud. I don't want to break.
Oh, no.
Chat, close your ears.
Oh, I used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It
Try
just
it.
stopped.
Try it.
I can't anymore.
Your cells,
I really
your
have.
cells restarted.
Yeah.
So you can't do
7 years passed and I can't
I
anymore.
no longer have the tongue muscles.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You create a lot of pressure on the top and then you just
Yeah.
someone taught me how and I just forgot how, I guess.
That's okay. Anyway,
I don't know.
are there any things that keep you up at night that you think about? Like reminder though.
Like
Let's
how
super-
often I see dead pigeons.
No, I don't. Okay.
Mm.
In all fairness, it's not me seeing them. It's me comparing the amount I see flying and alive compared to the amount I see dead.
Mhm.
Now, I also understand that a lot of them get killed like in their nests or whatever. So I'm not going to see them just on the ground.
Yeah.
But it is just something that I think about. And now I'm going to think about it less because they live 2 to 5 years, sometimes up to 7 or 10 or whatever.
Yeah, up to 10.
That's great. And so now I feel better. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to think about it anymore. But don't worry. Tonight, my brain will go, hey, did you think about this? And then I'm going to be up all night. And that's okay. It's just how it goes. Is there anything that keeps you up?
Usually the things that keep me up are like things that happen that day. And then I have to just get over it and try to get over it, you know. If I'm not already.
Real quick,
Yeah.
listeners, I married Scott.
What?
Michaela does the exact same thing, and she explains it to me, and I can't wrap my head around it. I don't get it. Like things that happen that day, and how you would change them, or what else you would do instead, or like how you would do it differently, things like that. That's what she runs into, and she's like, sometimes I can't sleep because I can't calm my brain down.
Yeah.
Because all I'm thinking about is all of the outcomes. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, it could be the outcomes or like, yeah, maybe the things that you would have said to somebody if something made you irritated.
can I ask you a question?
Or, yeah.
It's a really fun conversation. Do you have conversations with yourself in the car?
In the car?
Or like when you're alone?
yeah.
Like a conversation like as if you're talking
Doesn't
to someone.
everybody? I would hope so.
No,
You don't?
I super don't.
You
brother.
don't?
No.
Do you have an inner monologue?
No. Do
You
think,
don't?
Do you think in words or pictures?
Do I think in words or pictures? I would probably say more pictures.
Okay. We're on the
But
same
I also
wavelength.
have also an inner monologue of
Really?
my voice in my head as like I would say something,
Okay, I see what you're
and
saying.
I would think things out as if I'm talking, but it's just in my head that I'm
Okay.
talking.
So I found out recently, and so did Michaela. It's one of the reasons that we get along and we can do projects together and stuff. Is shout out to my mom. I love her, but she has no vision. She can't have something described to her and think about it and see it in her head.
Oh, I'm very visual. I can do that, yeah.
As am I. So is my dad. So is Michaela. And I never thought about it, but I just come to my attention recently that a stupid little meme, someone's like, I just found out that people don't think in pictures. Some people think in words. And I was like, there's no way. And I Googled it and read this whole article about how usually it's really just two. Sometimes you can be both. A lot of those people are very, very creative. Like people that write novels and stuff, they can think of both and be able to tie them together.
Mm-hmm.
But most people either think in words or think in pictures. And I think in pictures. Like I could close my eyes and see whatever you explain to me.
Yeah.
As long as I have either context clues or I've seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Did you know that some people, they'll dream in color and some people will dream in black and white?
Oh, shoot. I don't know what I dream in.
Yeah.
What are you dreaming?
I dream in color. The only reason why I know that is because like I like found like heard that from somewhere, and I'd recently had a dream where I remember seeing something in like a specific color, and so I was like, oh, okay, I dream in color.
I dream in color too.
But some people don't. It's just black and white.
Can I ask you a weird question? This podcast is
Another
getting
one.
Fun. This one's getting fun.
Um,
Do you have anxiety dreams?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable sharing them?
They're so hard to explain.
Okay.
But like, let me try to explain one. I don't get this very often, but I had gotten this dream as a kid one time where it was like my brain there was like a box, and my brain was trying to fit like another box inside of the box, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger until my brain is so overwhelmed with how big like this box is. That's the best way I can explain it.
No,
I don't know if that explains it super well.
Are you in a white void? Because that's how my brain imagined it. It's just a box in a white void, and you're just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
boom, boom.
but sometimes it's filling my vision too much to where I'm just like,
You only see box.
I'm
Is
like
it cardboard box?
overstimulated. I guess.
Okay. Wow.
Sure.
That's a dream.
It's a weird, like very overwhelming thing for my brain, and I've had it kind of come back before, but not to the extent, because I woke up just like freaking out because I was just like, my brain was so overwhelmed. It was weird.
I have them too. Mine are way different than that. I have two recurring ones. One, Michaela cheats on me and is so nonchalant about it, and I'm freaking out, like so upset, and she's just like, yeah, whatever. Oh. And I'm like, what? And I wake up every time I do it, I'm like, hey, you cheated on me in my dream again. And she'll be like super nice and be like, that would never happen. And she helps me because I mean, you know what it's like. You wake up, your heart's pounding, you're like freaking out. And anytime I have those dreams, it's so realistic. Just like it's in color. It's exact scenarios. It's certain things. And I'm like, I'm freaking out when I wake up. The worst one, I will tell you this, that I wake up full head to toe in sweat. I'm shaking, freaking out. I am underwater.
Oh no.
And it's like dark green, murky water, like the lake. And like I'm looking up and I can see the sun, and I'm trying to swim. I can't reach it. And then finally I go, and I can breathe underwater. And my dream gets really cool for a sec, and I'm swimming and breathing underwater. I'm like, what's going on? And then I turn and I look down, and it's this just dark black abyss of the bottom of the lake that you just can't see.
Yeah.
And it's like I stare at it, and it gets bigger and bigger, and then the wah sound from Inception happens, and I wake up, and it is utterly terrifying. And my heart is pounding. I am shaking. Like those anxiety dreams, I have them about twice a year, and I wake up and I don't sleep for like the next 2 days. Like I don't sleep well because I'm just so nervous that it's gonna happen again. It freaks me out that bad, man.
Yeah, I haven't had any like super overwhelming besides like what I just explained, but I guess like the other ones that are kind of stressful are like when you're trying to run away from somebody and
stupid
like,
slow
and you can't in a dream. Frustrating. It's really frustrating. You're like, why are my legs not
found a way
working?
around that.
Oh wow. Tell me the secret.
It's hard. Like so you have to. So I have found that certain parts of certain dreams. So like I have two that recur pretty regularly. It's running away from something. I never know what I'm running away from, and I die. And I go to my own funeral as like a third person movie shot to my own funeral. The moment I realize I can't run, I stop, I look at my feet, and I say, I can fly because I'm dreaming. And I just fly away.
Oh, heck
and then I wake up.
That's kind of like a lucid dream thing.
It is kind of like a lucid dream. And that's the only time I have these dreams. And so like when I die, the moment I die, I'm like, oh, I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
What should my funeral be like?
Until
and I just do all these
deep.
wild things in my dreams. And then I usually wake up. I'm like, okay, that was cool. I can't always fully control it. I'm usually at like 20%. Like I can do certain things, but yeah,
you got to be careful. You can't get too deep in your dreams, or else you might forget where you are. And then you might
wake up and you're like,
you might think that you need to kill yourself to wake up, and then you're not. But you're not in. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, back to fall stuff.
Back to fall.
Fall activities.
Back to
falling. What are some things you like to do in the cooler weather?
Just go outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Arizona.
Wrap
just
this
like,
up right now. We done.
You can't. you can't hardly go outside.
Yeah.
Just to be out there.
No, it's
for
like
no reason.
It's like opening up an oven. And I try to explain this to people who don't live here. When you walk outside at like 1 p.m. and you've been inside all day, it's legitimately like opening up an oven and you just get blasted in the face with
heat. 100%. Yeah, most definitely.
And no, but
yeah, sometimes, well, we used to do this more like when we were dating, but sometimes Britt and I would like go and get something to eat somewhere, and then we'd just take it like somewhere where we can eat
Yeah.
outside, at like the Discovery Park over here,
Mm-hmm.
and we would just like eat at a bench or something, or it's like on the like a picnic, like on a blanket or something.
Then you guys would kiss.
We may have kissed. We may have kissed.
What?
So maybe we'll
You
do
guys
that.
kiss?
Maybe we'll do that
Gross.
soon. Maybe we'll do that soon.
If
We'll
you
have a
do,
little
if you do, come back and
picky
tell us
Nick.
the story about it. Tell us
Okay.
when you went and stuff.
All right.
I also enjoy being outside.
Yeah.
My favorite time about the fall season, and I did this last night. I went outside.
Little fire.
It's just by myself I was just in my driveway. I leaned against my truck and I closed my eyes and I took like 3 deep breaths in because I was like, it's finally here.
Yeah.
Dune season is back. It's like a religious experience for me.
Wow.
Here's the thing about the dunes, and one day I'm getting you there. I don't care if you want to drive or ride anything or not. I don't know if you enjoy that kind of stuff.
I've never done it. I'll
Then
tell you a story as to why when you're done.
I'm going to get you there. You're fully protected, helmet. We don't do anything insane or crazy. But when the sun goes down and we light a fire.
Everything gets hotter. when the sun
No,
goes down.
no, that's very good though. When the sun goes down and we light a fire and we're cooking dinner, we usually do like carne asada tacos and stuff. We have
Yummy.
a whole taco bar that we just make and we eat tacos, hang out. My dad has turned into the Dune grandpa. Any kid under the age of like 15, he sets up like a movie screen, plays movies,
heck
like
yeah.
old movies from like the 80s. Like he does Jaws, Indiana Jones. He does all these old ones and they love it. And then all the adults usually just go and chill around the fire and talk. And I don't know what it is, but there is something truly magical about that fire. Everyone is having a good time.
Yeah.
We're laughing. There's no drama. There's nothing. You're just there having a great time. And I have gotten none of my friends there. None. And I want my friends there.
Wow.
Andrew has said he's wanted to go. The one problem I run into is having stuff for people to ride. And if Michaela's app takes off and I have endless money, I will buy my friends things to come to the dunes with me because I don't know how to explain it other than it is just, it's like brotherhood. I don't know how to explain
Brotherhood.
it. It's just
Initiation.
so cool. But we're outside the whole time. So I fully
Yeah.
agree. Like technically it's California, but it's right just outside of Yuma,
Yuma.
Arizona. And it gets hot there. And so
Yeah.
during
it does.
during the day when it's not hot, it's nice. But at night, you're in like a jacket or a sweatshirt, chilling around a fire,
Yeah.
drinking a Coke Zero, eating some circus animal cookies that are dipped in the white and pink frosting. That's our Dune
That's
treat.
just the usual snack.
No, that's
huh?
just something my dad and I have done for I don't know, 15 years now. We always have a bag of them.
amazing.
We share them, but
You know, circus animals. Those are great.
they're delicious.
Addicting.
You guys go to pumpkin patches ever?
Not really.
The
No.
more I think about it, I never went unless I had a kid. Like the first time I went
Like
to
a
pumpkin,
real pumpkin patch where
No,
they're
like the-
actually growing.
no, like the pumpkin patches that like
That they
Vertuccio
pop up.
Farms or Mother Nature's Farm in Mesa. Like
no.
we never really went.
There's
to
one
those.
that popped up on the corner by our apartment over here. You know how they just like will have a place where people can just like
Oh yeah, go buy pumpkins.
yeah,
Yeah,
like they'll just pop them up, and
Yeah.
it's like a firework thing in July. It's a Christmas
Oh, it's like
tree
Christmas
thing
tree thing. Yeah, yeah,
over
yeah.
here. Yeah,
It's like the weird like black cat or whatever.
yeah.
Or like the ghost. I don't remember what it's called. Doesn't matter. Anyway, what are some other fall things that you like to do, or do things during the cooler weather?
I got to get outside more. Is what I'm learning here.
Just go outside.
Wait,
Wait, hold on.
I got to go outside and do things outside more.
Rewind. Why don't you ride quads and stuff?
Oh yeah, my sister rode quads in Mexico one time, and she got super injured,
Mm-hmm.
and like the quad ran over her leg,
It's happened to me.
and
before.
then it broke her femur,
Didn't
and
happen to me.
and then she had a really hard time getting back in the United States, and my parents weren't there. She was with her friends, and so they were kind of like freaking out, trying to get her back. And so there was a lot going on there. And then she had to, obviously get a lot of surgery, put a rod in there. So there was a lot that happened and a lot to it. And so then my parents was just like, yeah, we're not.
It's not their
you're not.
thing.
You're not going to Mexico.
I get it.
Um,
I was never allowed to go to Mexico
don't ride quads
because of these kinds of stories. My
Yeah.
mom was like, no, things happen there. Bad things happen in Mexico. I'm like, you've heard like 4 stories. Like, no, I'm not dumb, but I get it. I like parents
Yeah.
are, I love that my parents are protective on that. And I get why your parents don't want to do it. Like, or didn't want you
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. So for that reason, I've never had the opportunity.
Now that you're an adult, would you want to try?
Yeah, I'd like to try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I will say.
Let's give it a go.
We are extremely safe.
I'm sure.
This last time we went, my 5-year-old came and she rode with me on things. And my brother has his 3 kids that all go now. There's a 9-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 15-year-old. They all have been riding since they were 8. We take things really safely while also having a ton of fun. And so if you ever wanted to try it,
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend coming with us
try it, yeah.
because you'll have fun, but you'll also feel like you're not putting any part of yourself in major danger.
Yeah. We
Major
should
danger.
do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Major danger.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you come with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fall activities. You want to get outside more.
I need to get out. Part of the issue, then I think it was like realizing this today, is like part of the issue is because I live in an apartment, and I don't have a backyard. I don't really prioritize going out on this tiny patio and just like sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
When we had a bigger patio, when we lived upstairs, I would actually go out there more just because there's just more space.
Yeah.
And then we'd have like a couple like just dinky like camping chairs that we'd have like just sitting out there.
I get that.
And I would just sit out there because like it was just like there was just a wall in front. There wasn't anyone that would like be like seeing me from the street.
Yeah, you're on ground level.
And now
here,
it's
yeah.
weird,
Yeah.
you know, because people walk their dogs along here. I don't want to like be sitting there
You're
while
like,
people are. It's just
top of the morning
awkward.
to ya.
It's just awkward.
Yeah, no, it can be weird.
And so I just don't go out there. But if I had like more space that like I lived where there was like a backyard and like a place that could be like kind of my own, I would probably hang outside way more. And I would probably like you have at your house like a fire pit.
Mhm.
I'd probably have a fire pit and like build a fire
I need to get you
and
guys
like
over
just
there, yeah.
hang out. But I don't do a lot outside. I think because of that. But Britt really loves to play pickleball now, and so we've been playing pickleball a lot
You love
with
to play
with
it too,
family.
right, Scott?
I think
With
it's
Brittany?
fun.
With Britt. You love to do it. It's so
I love to
fun.
do it with her because
Yeah.
she loves it.
There it is.
Um,
That's nice of you.
but I did grow up a tennis player, so it's hard for me to take it super seriously
I get
because I know that there are better things out there.
Yeah, I think you're right. So the first place Michaela and I had was an apartment, and we spent such little time there.
Yeah.
We didn't like being there all the time. It was just hard, especially with my brain. I don't like being contained. And so when we bought our first place, it was a condo, and I had just started working at Wells Fargo. And so I was gone all day, and I'd come home, and I didn't realize this. We'd bought the condo, and I had fully renovated it, and I finished about 3 hours before Michaela went and got induced. Like, I got the last bit of floor in and trim up,
Wow.
like literally 3 hours before
That's
she went and got
intense.
induced.
Wow.
And when we came home, I didn't realize this, but Michaela had began to just spiral into postpartum depression because she was born in March, and so it's starting to get lighter outside, but condos usually have windows on 2 walls, and that's it.
Yeah, not
And-
a lot of
And so
light,
you don't have
yeah.
a ton of light, especially ones that were built in like the 70s and 80s. They were like, hey, shove people in places. They don't care about light. It doesn't matter. And it was annoying and dumb, but I was working so many hours, and I just didn't realize it, and she didn't communicate it with me, and I don't blame her because it's a hard thing to talk about. But there was just one day where she finally broke down and told me, and I'm like, all right, let's move. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, I want to get out of here. And our original plan was for me to, we were going to flip it into a rental and then buy another place. But my identity got stolen, and so my credit was trashed.
Oh my gosh.
And so
No.
it was like all these things were just piling up, getting worse and worse. I had to rent. Luckily, we found a house to rent. I negotiated with the people. I put in a back fence for them. I did all the lawn stuff. And we were in a house for only $1,000 a month, and it was great.
Wow, it's amazing.
They lived on the property, less great. And by less great, I mean way less great. It sucked. But it happened. We had Christmas there, and as we were approaching the next fall, my credit had gotten to a point where it was good. I was able to finagle myself out of the lease. They were going to sell the house anyway, and then we bought the house we're in right now, closed on Michaela's birthday, and we're in that house, and I could spend all weekend in the house now. We have huge windows. You've been there. We have a huge backyard. That fire pit's huge. When it's nice like this outside, I come home from work, I change my clothes, and I just go in the backyard because that's where my family is. They're just in the backyard playing.
Yeah.
When you started telling me about this patio, I had like PTSD thinking about like our condo and stuff.
Dude.
I'm like, dang, dude, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it is just like sad that there's just like not really anything to do out there but sit. And I think I just have like a weird social anxiety kind of thing where I just don't want to see people
you don't want to see
in
people
my
when
space
when you're at your house. Yeah, no, I get that.
And so
that's why I come over every week.
It's just weird to me if I'm sitting out there just trying to enjoy the weather and someone's like walking across with their dog, and I don't want to like have to feel like I have to say hi.
You have to do that.
It's just weird to me.
Have a great day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm home. No, I want to be just in my thoughts and stuff.
No, you've been either gone all day or you worked all week. Now you're chilling at
talking
home
with people.
And you're ready to be like, hey, I'm done. I get that. I wanted to ask you a question. What's your least favorite thing about this time of year?
My least favorite thing? It's probably all the pumpkin spice talk. That's gotta be it. Pumpkin spice this, pumpkin spice that.
I mean, like I've heard
you have to try this new fall recipe, pumpkin spice.
That's fair. No, I've heard that there's people that don't do pumpkin spice, but they do like pumpkin spice flavor, and they're like, look, it's aesthetically pleasing because it's like a
what is that?
It's like a brown orange. Like a darker earth tone brown orange.
Okay.
And they'll do like phone cases or like they'll do like tumblers of these colors. And I'm like, that's just brown. That's just an ugly color. I agree with that. My least favorite's how days get shorter, obviously. But
I don't know. I really love fall, to be honest.
You like them?
I really do. Shorter? I do like fall. And fall and winter I really love as seasons. I don't really have much to complain about.
I get it. Okay, then let's lighten it up and forget talking about negative crap. Screw that.
Yeah,
I hate
stop.
That. I'm not
negative.
a negative guy, but I wanted to ask it because I want to go to the other side of things where it's like, hey, like, what's your favorite like fall memories? Like, I'll give an example of what I'm thinking. Anytime I smell manure, I think of Halloween.
Oh, true. Yeah, because everyone's redoing their grass.
Everyone's doing their winter lawn, and so
is that a thing other places besides here?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it is.
I highly doubt it is. Arizona's weather range is very different than a lot of places because it gets too hot here for certain things to grow, then too cold here for certain things to grow. Whereas most places are like temperate, mega cold.
I don't know if it's a thing that all people do, but I mean, for people that don't know, in Arizona, when it gets into when it gets into fall and it cools off, we have to redo our grass.
Yeah, the Bermuda grass dies.
Yeah,
and we throw in
just
some
purge the lawn.
Yeah,
like just all the way down to the dirt, and then we just replant, and then that lasts through the winter, and then into the summer it kind of like turns into like this weird.
The grass that you have that you plant for winter lawn dies, but you don't know because the Bermuda. It actually doesn't technically die. It goes dormant.
Comes back.
And it just grows back up. Yeah. And
then that...
I know a weird amount about this.
Yeah, then that lasts through the summer.
Yeah.
And then you do it again.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, I agree, though.
Winter lawn's way softer.
Oh, way nicer,
It's way nice.
It's sexy.
Michaela wanted to do it in our backyard this year, and I'm like, okay, but pause. We have 2 dogs. One's a puppy still. The water, the ground has to be damp at all times.
Yeah, and you have to not be all over it.
Not be all over it. We can't fence off our backyard because our dogs go in it, our kids go and play it. I'm like, you have a solid 3 weeks of no backyard, which we designed this backyard to have a good time during the winter time. And so we've just kept watering, and the Bermuda will stay pretty alive. There's certain spots that'll get kind of crunchy, but it'll stay pretty okay. But one day we'll have a nice like winter lawn somewhere.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
it's nice to have.
but dude, here's the thing. You, I think if you were to sacrifice a few weeks,
It's not me.
how much time or how much of a great time are your kids going to have on that fluffy, green,
Correct.
beautiful grass?
I agree. I wasn't the one that said
That'd
no.
be awesome.
Michaela decided not to do it after I explained to her the process because
Oh.
you scalp the lawn, you get it ready for
Yeah.
the water, you do the seeds, you have to water it constantly. The amount of water it takes and how expensive that gets is wild.
You have a pool, dude.
Yeah, but okay. So
A
this is
pool
another,
is expensive maintenance.
yes and no. So the this is a weird route that we're going on this episode. I'm fine with it. I love it. Pools really aren't that expensive. If you can, so the only reason I can be confident in saying this is I cleaned pools for like 3 years. I loved it, by the way. Like,
Wow.
it is.
That's
no,
interesting
it's
because I
one of
feel
the-
like I would hate it.
Oh no, dude, I think you might love it. It is the same on every pool, but different because every pool is different. You have a very systematic way of getting it done. You have a start task and an end task, and you learn a ton while you're doing it. I am so close to sneezing right now. Oh my gosh.
You can do that if you need to.
Oh, I know. Anyway, if you can get your pool to a point where it becomes very minimal to maintain, then it gets really inexpensive. And so in the summer, we do have to fill the pool up as it evaporates. So that part gets a little more expensive, but it really only went up like $20 a month because we make sure the chemicals are balanced. I make sure I make sure the pump is running in the evening instead of during the day. I make sure this, that, and the other thing. And this whole summer when we had the pool, I had 0 algae growing. My vacuum was set. I had a clean pool the whole summer. And the reason it's not that expensive is because I know how to do it. It's the people that have pools that either
Don't
hire
know.
someone, and that gets expensive. It's like $150 a month or whatever. Or try to do it yourself. And if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, it's like anything else. Like if I tried to plant winter lawn, if I didn't go ask my dad all of the steps, I wouldn't have winter lawn. I would have no idea what to do. And it's the same thing with everything. Like you with editing videos, you can throw it on there, you can get it done quick, but the moment someone tries to do it, it's never done it before, it's going to take them 6 times as long minimum. So yes, I do have a pool. It can be expensive,
Yeah.
but taken care of properly, that cost goes way down.
I just think your girls would love a fresh new winter lawn.
Okay, thanks for guilting me here, man. I really appreciate it.
I think
This
they would
made
have a
me
much
feel great.
better time playing outside.
Shut up. They have so much fun. They have a sand pit. They have a in-ground
But they would say to
trampoline.
you,
They have a
"Dad,
slide." No,
I
they would
love
say-
this
they would
lawn.
Say nothing and they wouldn't care. They'd be like,
This
"What's
lawn
this?"
is so pretty, and it's really nice for my feet because I go out here barefoot, and I really love to just be out here playing on the lawn that you helped grow. So thanks, Dad.
Hey, chat. Comment below on what I should do.
No one chats or comments. Okay,
They should.
they're
though.
not gonna do that.
I need them to. It's the only way I feel fulfilled. So back to my question.
Negative things
No,
about
not
fall.
negative things. We skipped that. We're not
Okay.
doing that because I'm not being negative anymore. It's good fall memories.
Good
Mine
fall.
was
Oh yeah, good
the
fall
newer
memories.
Halloween.
I mean, yeah, Halloween is always great. I mean, carving pumpkins with my family.
My least
I
favorite
thought
thing.
I really liked doing growing up. Now I don't really care. I don't need to carve a
I
pumpkin
hate
anymore.
the way the insides
And
feel on my hands.
and the work that you have to go through. Yeah, I get it. I don't need to carve a pumpkin. But I thought growing up it was a fun memory.
you're right.
And then of course trick or treating with my
Amen.
best friend. It
Amen.
was always a good time. We would like hang out before it kind of would get dark, so we'd be like, excited together. And
I'd
then
be the
we'd-
first kid
then
at
we'd
every
change
house.
our
It would be
change
light
our
outside.
costumes and go out for it.
People in my neighborhood would be like, "Why are you here?" I'm like,
It's
"I'm
too
trick-or-treating."
early.
I'm trick or treating. You know, there's no rule. There's no.
Yeah,
no set
there's not
rule.
there's not a start
Like,
time,
come on.
but
Yeah.
dusk ish.
Dusk-ish is
Yeah.
a great time because that's 4:30 to me. I would get out of school, change my clothes, and I would get ready to go.
Going.
Oh.
They're not even ready for you. They haven't even like opened up the bag of candy.
No,
And they're
none
like,
of their decorations are ready.
They haven't even bought candy.
No,
Maybe.
you knock on most.
Hold
of
on, let me go to the store.
I gotta go to the Walgreens real quick. Everywhere else is sold out.
Come back later.
I just spent $60 on 7 pieces of candy. Oh no, the best is you knock and they're like half ready, and so
Yeah.
like whoever's getting, like, if they're like a bride of Frankenstein, they have like their hair ready but like half their makeup, so there's like this pale scary thing. You're like, I should not have come over here yet. Oh crap!
You were not. Yeah, you were
No,
not
yeah,
ready
dude,
for me.
fall. So I think Arizona fall is different. I think it's
Yeah,
I think
because we
it's a
hardly
little
get
weird.
any.
Yeah,
dude.
we don't get much of it, and so I look at it like our fall memories and the things that are stuck with us in the fall really only occur in October, because people are like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's November, it's the holidays. I'm like,
I guess.
if you want to,
Sure.
that's fine. November to me is Thanksgiving, which by the way is dying in this country.
I know.
It's
I
all
know.
Christmas already. It's so
No,
frustrating.
it's all football. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
no one cares about actual Thanksgiving. It's just football season.
I can proudly say that Thanksgiving is probably my favorite holiday.
Dude, yeah, I love Thanksgiving.
I
And
love
my
it.
birthday's around Thanksgiving, so I've always loved
When's your
Thanksgiving.
birthday?
25th of November. So some days it is on Thanksgiving.
I'm so excited for your birthday. That's gonna be the best episode I've
What?
ever recorded in my life.
What?
Oh, I love birthdays. I mean, you saw what I did for Michaela. I love
I know.
birthdays.
I know.
You were there, Malfoy.
Yeah, I
Drake,
was.
Here's
Yeah, it
so
was.
yeah, along the lines of Arizona just being so weird. I've had a lot of weird nostalgic. I mean, this is an episode of nostalgia. Apparently, we're just talking about our feelings and stuff.
Yeah, this is like a therapy session.
I kind of love it though.
Thanks for joining
Like,
us, everybody.
That's like I talked about last week. It's after work. This is obviously something that we wanted to talk about, so we're just gonna keep doing it. I was thinking about it today. We had a soccer game. We won. I was so excited, and like the air was crisp. I was on the field, and I was
isn't that the best?
flooded,
It's the best.
flooded with memories of playing soccer growing up.
Yeah.
And yesterday we had practice, and one of the fields had been recently irrigated, and that smell hit me,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm a kid. And so I kind of went down this rabbit hole yesterday of, I don't really know how to explain it. I guess you could say like purposefully seeking nostalgic experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like went through old pictures of like my life and stuff just for fun. And I saw this thing that like made me weirdly emotional. Oh man, we're getting into this episode.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
dude.
it.
Yeah.
It was a quote, and it said, as I get older, I'm realizing that I don't long for my childhood days because I was a child. I long for my childhood days because I was present in the moment. And I'm like,
that's
oh,
true.
crap.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
it hit me hard. I didn't have a phone till I was 13, and even then, it was a flip phone with no camera, and I didn't know how to use it. I couldn't use my phone to, like, actually communicate with people minus calling them till probably 14 and a half, almost 15, because I just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But man, oh man,
Yeah.
I remember so much stuff from my childhood, and it makes me go now like, hey, I need to just put my phone down when I get home and just be present, because those are some of my favorite days of my life when growing up. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I
Nostalgia.
agree. I agree with that. I agree. And I think of when kids are outside in like this summer heat and it's so hot, but they'll still like go outside and play, and you're like, girl, like,
Kid, go inside. You're gonna get
yeah,
hurt.
like it's so hot. Why do you want to be outside? And I think that's similar to like how I used to be. I don't think I
didn't care
remember
either.
used to caring about the heat.
Never. I would walk on the street with no shoes on.
Yeah.
I would run to my friend's house.
Yeah.
No shoes on. Like,
Yeah, me too.
didn't
yeah.
even bother me.
And I think it's what you're saying though is like, because you're just so excited about life and what you're doing, and you're so excited to go out and ride your scooters or your bikes outside with your friend, or like just hang out with your friend, because like that's the most exciting thing of the day, or go and just make memories doing whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
It just used to be so easy and fun, but now
I used to
as you
ride
become an adult,
a longboard.
fades.
I used to ride a longboard from my parents' house to my friend Hunter's house. It was 4 miles away.
Wow,
The middle of summer.
that is a trek.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'd put my headphones in with my iPod, and I would go, and I did not care. I remember I remember nights where we were up till 3 a.m. riding on longboards all through like the neighborhoods and stuff into old elementary schools and like not
Yeah.
inside them, but like on the sidewalks and stuff.
Yeah.
And just staying up super, super late and like finally going to bed at like 4 a.m. and then sleeping until noon. Like those experiences have shaped who I am so to my core. Like I've even caught myself going, no, Sophie, Ellie, we can't play outside. It's too hot. And I'm like, I can't do that anymore. Like I can't be the reason they don't want. If they want to go play outside when it's hot, they're going to go play. And when they're ready to come in, they come in. And towards the end of the summer, Michaela and I were like, we need to stop telling them no. Like, don't go outside. Because ultimately, as a parent, you're like, I don't want you to get heat stroke. I don't want you to get dehydrated. I don't want those things to happen because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Still, I'm parents. But I want them to play. And that was one cool thing about having the pool this summer is Michaela swam with the girls every single day. Every single day during the summer they swam. There was not a day that we skipped.
Wow.
And to me, it's cool seeing my kids swimming. To them, it's the greatest day ever. They get to go swimming. They get to do this cool stuff. They're going to do it. They're going to play with their little mermaids or whatever. And I don't know, dude. I have a really deep, deep question to ask you.
Okay.
I thought of it while you were
All right.
talking about...
Deep question. If someone's made it this far, congratulations.
This is an episode. Britt, thanks.
And then we'll wrap it up.
And I'm going to ask you the question.
What is this deep
I'm going to
question?
ask you the question, then I'm going to answer it and give you a second to kind of think about it.
Oh, okay.
And it all comes from this whole idea of nostalgia. And maybe it's triggered because my boss has a band called Four Banger, and they have a song that they're writing right now. They're going to release called Cannonball. And one of the lines in it was, if I knew back then what I do now, I would fire away. Like, I wouldn't be reserved. I wouldn't hide anything. I would do it because I want to do it. The experience is more important. I regret not doing it, right? Knowing what you know now, and this is a question, my man. If you don't want to answer it, that's fine. I get it. Knowing what you know now, would you be doing what you do? Like for work? Or is there something you understand now that you really love the idea of that you wish you could have just rewind a few years and start? I'll go first.
Okay.
Videography. I love doing videos. Every year for my family, we make music videos. I'll show you some. I'm going to send you links to them.
Okay.
Last year, I did all the men and our oldest nephew. It was his first time being in like an adult video. That sounded bad. That sounded real bad. My bad, guys.
In a video when he was older.
Instead of him being just a kid.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we made our own music video to Kiss from a Rose by Seal. We wore jeans, button-up white shirts, and made a video.
Nice.
And I kid you not, everyone I show it to, they bust up laughing. It's hilarious, and it was one of the funnest things I've ever done. I've been doing this for like 6 years now. I make a family music video.
Wow. Every year, huh?
Every year. This year, I'm already, all the women are doing, and I can say this because none of my family listen. All of the women, they have agreed to doing a Hot to Go from Chapel Roan, wearing like 80s theme, like sparkly things, doing like dances to it and singing to it because that's what we do. My dad's been making me do it since I was like 9, right? And that's what they're doing. And then I'm going to do another one for our whole family. And I look at it every time I'm filming, every time I'm editing it, I'm like, I could do this. I enjoy this so fully. Yeah. I've made 3 wedding videos for people just as like, hey, it's a budget wedding or whatever. Our wedding gift to you is a video. I will just not be a part of like all of the celebrations, and I will make sure that you have something to remember by. The last one I did, I feel like is probably one of the best videos I've ever made in my life.
Yeah,
it looks really good. It to me. I'll show it to you. I'll send it to you. I'd like to see it. It was for Michaela's good friend Katie and her husband Nick. And man, oh man. That's
a good one because I also love videography. Because I used to, when I was like in high school or junior high, I think is when I got into it, and I started off on Windows and Movie Maker.
Amen.
I thought that was the coolest thing, that I could put 2 different clips together and that it would go from one that I wanted straight to another clip, and I was like, this is freaking awesome.
And
I've got endless
yeah,
possibilities.
the world at your fingertips.
So then
Literally.
I just started making it on that, and then I, got to iMovie, and then I went to Final Cut Pro, now DaVinci. So I've always loved being able to create something out of footage. So I totally relate to that.
Dude,
But
if
I'm
that's
trying
your
to
answer,
think.
stick
No,
with that.
but that's your answer.
No,
I
no.
can't
We
steal
can
that.
though.
No,
That's the best part.
I can't
you
take
can't.
that.
I also think I could have possibly been a pretty good YouTube channel for like mechanical repairs.
That's true.
I think that
Yeah,
I
educating
can
people,
be funny
yeah.
enough that it's entertaining. I'd keep the videos short, sweet, and to the point, so people don't have to watch 5 minutes before we even get to the video. Like I know that I could do it, and I could still be doing videography because I'd be the one editing it all. But that's my other one.
You really could do that. Just an education channel on
Yeah.
how to do any repair
Yeah,
on a car.
I feel like I'd be pretty okay at that. I mean,
You would.
I would obviously I would have to start this probably before I met Michaela, because I love her and she will definitely support me in any decision that I make.
You could
But
do it.
I feel as if I know I could. I'd have to now do it with 2 children and have something to work on. I don't have anything to work on because it takes money to build stuff.
It's true.
But being married to her, I've always felt like I could be selfish and do those things, and it might not be successful. But I feel like I need to give her the space to be able to find out what she wants to do and grow from there. And that started out as being a mom. She came to me when we were first dating, like, "Hey, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's not my jam." Sophie was born, and she said, "I can't leave her." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll make it
Aw.
work." And so that's been always my thing, is to make sure she has a space to figure out what she wants to do. Now she coaches softball, she's creating commit, and it's all these things, and I feel really blessed that I've been able to do that. Right? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You are allowed to say videography.
No,
Just because
I
I
think
said it doesn't mean you can't.
You know what I would say maybe is that
Travel vlog.
yeah, I love travel vlogs. I make travel vlogs all the time. I don't know if you've seen my videos on travel vlogs, but
You have videos on travel vlogs?
I have a few. Yeah, they're not like astounding,
Are they
but
on YouTube?
yeah.
I'm watching them tonight. Are you kidding me? I didn't know.
I'll show you.
Fun fact about Jaxon, chat. I love
Chat.
when any of my friends create something. I love participating in it,
Yeah,
doing it,
you should
watching
watch
it, being
my
a part of it.
you should watch my video that I made a couple years ago now, I guess it would be. Or
For where'd you go?
a year and a half ago or something. Well, I mean, I have some travel vlogs, but I also have a video that goes over like, you just have to watch it. It's just about
I'll watch it.
about a journey that
Send
I
me your
had
channel.
and my learns that I had from like high school till now, and like discovering happiness.
Aw,
Basically,
crap! I'm gonna cry. This episode is emotional.
basically is what it's gonna.
Goodness gracious.
Anyway, I think maybe my other answer, and then we'll wrap up here, is my other answer would be if I really stuck to either bettering myself at tennis or becoming a better coach at tennis, because I used to coach tennis, not not professionally, obviously, but like I used to coach like people, and so if I were to either like have enhanced my skills or like stuck with that and like really committed to that and trying to be better, I think it'd be cool to like try to like be like an actual like professionally ranked tennis player, not in like the world, like top 5,
Yeah,
but like
you want to be,
but you can be a professionally ranked tennis player and actually like, make a living on that if you get high enough. So I think that would be like a dream job kind of thing. I think that'd be really fun. Just
love
like
that.
how cool would it be just to play your favorite sport all the time? And
I need to talk to you about coaching,
okay,
because there's a couple reasons. We'll get into that
Okay.
after the podcast. Thank you guys for listening to our
Thank you for
cozy
coming.
episode where we got cozy with each other's
we
emotions
got
and feelings.
cozy, we got deep.
I have no idea which
We
parts
got
of this
deep.
episode you're going to clip out.
I don't know. I really don't know. I was thinking about that, and I was like,
this one might just be like,
how
hey,
do I get
listen,
people's attention?
This is a more intimate one, and that's cool. We're allowed to have that. Sometimes
We're
dudes
allowed.
need to talk about their feelings.
Yeah,
Can I end with one
Okay.
thing? Let's end with one thing.
make it quick. Okay.
I'm gonna end with it. And I
just
saw it online. It was a woman and a man laying in bed. And do you know that meme of the woman like looking over, and it's like, I wonder what he's thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
And then it shows the man. The one that I saw, it was like it was kind of sad. It's like, I don't know if I worked enough. I don't know if I worked hard enough today. I don't know if I'm going to make enough money this month. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for this? And above it, meme style, it was someone said, "Hey men, can you confirm this?" And someone underneath it said, "The fact that women don't know that this is 99% of what men feel on a daily basis is disconcerting." And I'm like, yeah, no, that's very true.
That's true.
Men have emotions too, bro.
We do.
Yeah. Thank you for listening today. Sorry for getting really, really angry there just now.
Just getting really passionate about that. All right, everybody, come back next week.
This has been your friend's
for another
husband's
episode.
Say hi to a
Say hi to a stranger. It's catching on.
It's getting there. We have to remember it every time.